Hello there, my beautiful people. How is everybody doing? How was your weekend? Mine has been productive, but I will tell you about it in just a second. But I want to start us off with starting the hut. Also, I am hearing myself, and that is not good. Oh, wait, I know where I'm hearing myself. I was a bit confused. Okay, now I'm not hearing myself. So I have been thinking about the hut. How to make it, because I'm making it completely from scratch. Mainly, I think we will just be using cardboard. But I have been thinking about doing, because we are making a cloud, right? So the cloud has to have like this like circular shapes. And I think how I can make it the best way. But the thing that we have to start with is the headpiece, because it can't just be the cloud. It has to have, the hole where I can put my head. So we'll start from there. But I have only now started thinking that I don't know if I should do it on just my head or over my headphones. Because for most streams I do have headphones. But also, I have other hats that don't fit over my headphones. I have two that do, and the rest of them don't. I mean, I can wear a flower crown the way I do right now, which is under my headphones. But I think I want to buy myself just like earphones so I can wear all of the hats. So I think this one we will also made just over my head and not headphones. I think that's a good way to go about it. Which means that I won't hear music. And I will also, I think, have to take off my flower crown for most part. But the way I'm thinking to do the headpiece is that I have these pieces. Those are the same pieces that I used to make the cat scratchers. If you have been here then, I think that was like my third, maybe fifth stream. I think fifth stream. So I think I'm just gonna go around my head with one of them, and then when I have that, I will just add, I'm thinking 4 pieces around, and we will make it so that it fits my head well. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so I need to, I wish I had, so these pieces, can you see that they have kind of two lines of cardboard, 2 layers of cardboard. I would prefer if I had just one, but I have a lot of these, so we will just work with that. Yeah, and then because I have this piece which is only 1 layer, but it's like a very thin layer. So I think I'm gonna use that for later when I will need more. It's not elastic, but like easier to handle. Let's say that. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold that. I think the whole thing. And we will measure. I already have my hot glue gun here. It's hot and ready to go. I will just have to measure how big is my head. Okay, I think this is good. Although, because the way I have it right now, you can see that it's kind of like leaning to the back. I don't know if I want it like that or if I prefer to have it like that, but it's honestly the same size. I think I have to have it like that, because if I do this, then I'm worried that one thing you won't really be able to see the rest of the cloud as well as if I did this, and second thing is that it might be just weighing my head to the back too much. So we're doing it like that. Also, my hair is beautiful, I know. Okay. Wait, huh? Like that. Okay. Okay, I have the size. Now I'm just gonna put a line where like the circumstance ends, but I will cut a little bit longer so I can glue it together. I don't need any scissors. I've been working on my Minecraft mod pack the whole weekend basically, and I have settled on a list of mods that I want. I will probably be adding more. There, I am also giving myself like a, I won't call it a grace period, but like I am okay with adding more mods as we go. I mean, when we start playing, because something new occurred to me, but I would prefer for them to be just like not a big mods. Like I'm not gonna suddenly add a mod that completely changes the look of the overworld or something like that, or any other dimension. I'm talking more like the mod that makes you still see everything when you have a pumpkin head on. Something like that. Like quality of life mods more than terrain, structures, game mechanics, whatever. And I even started because I decided that I'm not gonna do it manually because that is the hardest way from what I've learned. So I decided to just install CurseForge because that's where all of my mods are from. Beautiful. We could just leave it like that. What do you think? What? Yeah, CurseForge, because most of the mods that I was looking for, I was trying to find them on CurseForge because I'm pretty sure CurseForge has more mods than Modrinth, so I just went with CurseForge. So I installed their app, the Modrinth app, and I know that usually that's a not good idea to install 200 mods at once, but I saw a video on YouTube that said that CurseForge is basically going to tell me if something is wrong and what's wrong. And also I found a website that you can put your logs there. If something goes wrong, you have logs. Just put those logs into the website and the website is going to tell you what is wrong. So I installed all 200 of mods that I had, and you wouldn't have guessed, it didn't work. And I tried to also, I thought that I can just read the logs, right? Well, I could read like a little bit of the logs, not the mods. A little bit of logs was understandable for me. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. But not a lot, not everything. And the CurseForge app, besides showing me the logs, didn't tell me anything, like what's wrong. And the website that I found that is supposed to read the logs and tell you what is wrong, the only thing that it did was that it was able to separate errors from all of the other mods, which I could see that myself because CurseForge was showing me errors in red and everything else in like white or yellow or whatever. So none of that really helped. And I think I will just or should I put it like that? Wait. No. Okay, this is like, this is good. So I decided that I will just install everything manually. Because from what I understand, if I install everything manually, then I can change certain files if that's necessary, which I would prefer if it wasn't, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. I was just hoping that everything would work and we will all be happy. But at least I have the option. Will I know how to use the option? Well, that's debatable, but there is the option, you know? Like, I have the same thing with my vacuum. I bought a vacuum that where I can kind of take out a smaller vacuum from the inside to vacuum my car. Have I used it? That's debatable. But I could if I wanted to. There is the option, you know? Actually, I've used it once, okay? I've had it for over 2 years, but that's a different story. Don't judge me. But I am planning on using it for the second time. At some point. I was going to do that tomorrow, but I actually have to do something else tomorrow. Okay. Okay. But now I'm thinking if I should do it like... less deep. So it's sitting more on top of my head than just here. I think I like that more. Because then I can still add things. Like I'll definitely have to put a layer of something on top of the whole thing. Probably paper, thin cardboard, I don't know. Because I will have holes in this, right? So I have to put something to like make it one whole thing without holes. Okay, let me cut that off. Then I have to paint it. Well, then probably I will put some... Wait, I have cardboard in my hair. Then I will probably put some, I don't know what's called, like paper paste. I think you take, I think like toilet paper or paper towels, water and glue, and you make like a paste from it. So I think I will add that on top to make it all uniform and not have any bumps or anything. Then on top of that, I will put paint. Although I'm thinking maybe I can mix in paint with the paste, the paper paste that I'm going to do. I could do that. I have a lot of paints to use up, so I might do that and add paint later, like paint on top of it. And I'm thinking how to just achieve the look of a cloud on this. The options that I'm thinking of is either just paint it, and where I'm going to have because I want to make it look like a cartoon cloud, you know, so it's like boop, boop, boop. You know what I mean? So there will be like the grooves in between the bumps, right? So this part. So I could just paint a little bit darker in there. Or my second option is that I could take something like yarn fluff, white yarn fluff, and cover the whole thing in the yarn fluff and make it just more cloudy and not solid. Okay, I had to go down from these. And the second thing sounds like a really good idea, but for some reason I just can feel that something will go wrong if I try to do that. I just don't know what yet. Maybe I will try and do off stream like a small little cloud when I will already know how I want to make the full cloud, because right now I don't. We're figuring things out as we go, you know? So when I will already know what I'm trying to do, then I can do like a little small scale thing, like a half circle or something, half ball, half, just like not a full cloud shape, just something like that, like a half circle, and test it on that, and we'll see what it looks like. I don't know. As I said, we're figuring things out. I don't even really know what I want to do after this step, so it's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we will. Okay. Okay. I think next, I may need more cardboard. I was hoping that I can deal with it. Okay, so we kind of have two things that we have to think of right now, which is one thing, how we will hold everything together, and the second thing is how we will do the circle shapes that will make our cloud. And with the second thing, that's a thing that I have thought about. And my idea, so I think the best idea I had was just buy styrofoam balls, glue a bunch of them together, put some stuff in between them so they don't look like a bunch of balls together, and we're done. And I even went to a store to buy them. Okay, I'm doing something wrong here. This is not right. Oh, also wait. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait. Okay, this is good. Okay, so yeah, I went to a store to buy the styrofoam balls, and they didn't have them. I went and looked in two stores. One store didn't have them at all. The second one did, but they had exactly two of them. And one was like a pretty small one, which maybe I could use for some details, but not the whole thing. And the second one was like a bigger one. It was a nice size, but again, it was just one. And also the bigger one was really expensive for what it was. So I decided against it. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I just should have ordered some off the internet. That might have been a good idea. But I started thinking about it yesterday. So it wouldn't come even if I tried. But I think that might have been the best idea I had. I'm trying to think about something else. So what I decided on eventually was that I will make just balls out of these pieces. My worry is that I have to make that, and I have to make pieces of cardboard look like balls and just be circular. And the second one is that again I have the problem of having multiple holes in whatever I will be doing. And I still don't know how to fix that. So I think we will see how far I will go with the progress of this. And then there's a chance that I'm going to buy that one. But also I would prefer to just DIY everything. I like to DIY everything. We will try, I think, okay, we will try to make a ball out of these pieces. And we'll see what's going to happen, how that's going to look. I think that's a good idea. Okay, I think I can put my flower crown on and add the last pieces. And I think I'm gonna to add them. I don't think I want like one long piece. I think I'm going to make them shorter and glue them to this bottom piece. I think that's gonna be a good idea. Also, I have to tell you guys, my YouTube is going pretty good. A lot better than I expected. I thought that YouTube, like I'm talking about shorts. When it comes to short form content, I have TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube right now. I thought YouTube is going to go the worst out of them. I was hoping, not hoping, I was thinking that I will be getting like 2, 3, 5 views. And so far, it's going by far the best. Instagram is going the worst. I'm getting around 100 views on everything. On TikTok, I usually get between 200 and 300 views, and then few videos get more than that. And the 200, from what I know, is like the minimum that you usually get, that TikTok just sends your video to 200 people, and they are like a testing batch. And then based on what they do with that video, so whether they like, comment, scroll, copy link, stuff like that, then TikTok decides to show that video to more people. So I'm not doing very good on that. If I'm getting just only a little bit over 200. But I do also think that but I do also think that TikTok just doesn't really like me. Because I have seen what some people get when they just make a new account and they post something and then suddenly they have 10k views. That's weird. That's suspicious. Why am I not getting that? I don't know. I think algorithm gods just don't like me. That's my professional opinion on that topic. Yeah, but YouTube, I think I have 1, maybe 2 videos that have less than 200. But last time I checked, I had one video that had 1,000 views and one video that had 1,800 views. That's a lot. Also, I have seen at least one Twitch follow from YouTube. That's pretty good too. And I also have, I think, 13 subscribers. not bad if I say so myself, for like, I think right now I posted maybe 10 videos. No, I think I posted 11. Because I was checking Instagram and I had, I think, 11 followers and 11 videos. Also 11 followers on Instagram. I wasn't expecting that. Also, the only thing is that I'm a little bit worried if the algorithm, especially on YouTube, is going to show my shorts to the people who I want them to see. It's like, I don't really want them to be to like old creepy men, you know? I want my girlies to see that. So I'm just like a little bit worried if the right people are going to see that. Because I just don't want a bunch of creeps here. But at the same time, if they will come and they will start acting creepy, then I can just block them. You know? It's kind of looking like a Viking helmet right now. Yeah, but that's going pretty good. Although I have currently abandoned TikTok. Because it's just annoying to see that somebody has like a newer account, and just overall I'm seeing videos who are, because I wouldn't say that I have a great quality on TikTok, but I think there is definitely an audience who would like those videos. And at the same time, I'm seeing somebody who is making, for example, similar videos, and they are getting thousands of likes, so probably tens of thousands of or hundreds of thousands of views. So why is it not happening to me? I don't know, it's like discouraging. I got quite discouraged to post on TikTok. Also, I feel like I'm using less TikTok recently, which makes me know less trends, and I usually base my content off of trends. So it's harder to post if I don't watch trends. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, I can feel that I am quite tired today. I don't know why I haven't slept. I know why, because I haven't slept very well. Okay, I think I need to take it off actually. Why is it suddenly not like it's loose on my head? I look great right now. Maybe next project I will make a Viking helmet. I actually think that might be quite fun. No idea how I would make it. I mean, probably out of cardboard. We'll see how this one goes. And I feel like a Viking helmet could be fun. Just like a helmet and with 2 horns. That would be kind of fun. Okay, but I put it on so that I can kind of see. Okay, so this doesn't really matter that much. So what I'm trying to check is that basically I'm worried that if I start just randomly gluing that just however I want, the shape is not gonna be good. But from what I'm seeing, it should everything be fine. I don't know, maybe I will glue like 2 of them, and then I'll see. And to cut them at an angle. Okay, like that. And some glue. Don't go, don't leave, don't leave. Okay. And I'm impatient. I'm very impatient. I wish everything just glued together instantly. And it doesn't. Don't know why. Also, we have hit 80 followers. 80! Today, offline. That's another thing. Offline. We are 20 away from 100. That is crazy. Like, not even the 100. The 80, that's crazy. 80 people saw that face and decided, I want to see that again. It's very nice, but that's crazy. I am often comparing myself to other people, especially seeing other small streamers gives me a lot of opportunity to compare myself. But if I just take a step back and think of the fact that genuinely 80 people saw me and decided that I am worth following, that is a lot of people. I don't know if there's 80 people that I'm on speaking terms with IRL. Like, I'm talking people that if I saw them, I would definitely say hi. Which also says a little bit about me. That's a different story. So thank you to everybody who decided to follow. That's, I think, what I was trying to say here. Thank you so much. That is very nice. I am not very good with compliments and I don't know how to react to people being nice to me. But that is very nice. Okay. Okay, I think this is fine. Oh. This is not fine. I think I'm gonna also glue this piece to this one because I haven't done that. But I think it might be useful. Also, I was thinking to dress up a little bit like a cloud in something white. But it's kind of cold in here, so I decided that I actually prefer to be warm and comfortable than wear white. I hope that's okay with you. Also, I have bought a new game. Also, I was telling you that I will be buying 3 games last stream, and we were talking that I will play Terraria? No, Undertale, that one. That I will play Undertale next stream, so on Thursday, which that is still happening. But I was supposed to buy, what was it? City Skylines? I think that's what it was. I was supposed to buy City Skylines, but when I was streaming, and when we were talking about like in the middle of the stream, it was still on sale. And then after the stream, when I went to buy it, it wasn't anymore. And obviously sales can end, but I just kind of assumed that they are ending usually at night. That, you know, you have a sale for the whole day. But then I started thinking about it and I realized that Steam offers games worldwide. So it's probably midnight, like in the US or something. Or somewhere. I don't know where, but that probably is happening is just based on wherever Steam headquarters are or something, and not based on Poland, unfortunately. I'm having a problem here because I'm trying to glue everything to this bottom one, right? Like how I did this one and this one. My problem is that this doesn't touch the bottom one. This one touches like a little bit. You can see like right here. It does. But this one doesn't at all. And I don't understand why, because like, wait, this one aligns perfectly. No, maybe this one does too. I don't know, I'll have to force it a little bit, I think. But the game that I bought, because I am constantly looking for new games, also because I thought that I can finish the Minecraft mod pack soon, but one thing is that basically everything that I did yesterday just ended up wrong, which I'm not mad that I did it, because I had, like, it had to be a part of a process. I just know that it doesn't work, or it doesn't work the way I did it. But that means that I have a lot more work than I expected, especially because now I will be downloading probably few mods at a time, to make sure that everything is going to be working. So I still need a lot more time, and also this week I know that I'm not gonna really have time to work on that. Maybe during the weekend, but I kind of want to, yeah, because during the weekend, I don't know if I can tell you, but I'm doing something during the weekend, and I will be able to work on stream, but I was kind of planning to work on like smaller bits and pieces that I have to do that are not super important, and I can live without them, but they improve the quality of the stream, so I do want to do them, but just because I have other things that I'm working on that are more important, like the Minecraft mod pack or putting everything on my social media and stuff like that, I'm kind of putting everything else that is less important on the back burner. So I'm planning on just taking everything from the back burner and do those things during the weekend, and then during the week I know that I won't really have time. Tuesday or Wednesday I won't have time at all. Thursday I will barely have any time. I don't know if I will have energy to work on it today after stream. I usually like to just chill out after the stream. But we'll see. Maybe. I am kind of motivated to do that. Mainly because I just wanna start playing already. So we'll see. But also I don't really want to push myself, because I can feel that I'm not feeling the best today, and I think it might be because I have already been feeling kind of just a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit burned out from constantly working every single day. And I was supposed to have a chill day yesterday, but I decided that instead of that I could just work, and I did that. So I was working on the mod pack, and then when I realized that the mod pack is not working, I was working on the yarn fluffs. You can see them here. I can show you how much I've done already. This is how much I have of different colors. I am done with, I think, most of what I have. I still have to wait a week before I get the spindle. Also, I have now everything in a nice little box. If you recognize that box, that is because that is the box that my boyfriend got his gift in, and he gave it back to me. Okay, I think we are done with the head part. Let me just try to put it on. No. This is what it looks like. It is, I don't know if I did the right choice with making it more shallow, but I'm just worried that it will just cover my vision if I didn't do that. This is what it looks like. Do I look pretty? So what we have, I'm thinking if I want to do like finish some of that, maybe try to cut out those triangles and try to fit them in there. But I don't know if I do, because this will mostly, not mostly, this won't really be seen, because I will be now building around it. So I just don't think this is necessary. I will now try and make a bowl out of this. I don't know how big I want it. Do you think that it will be easier to start with a bigger one or with a smaller one? I think like medium size. Okay, let's just do this. Something this big. Also, I think I can wear my headphones now. I don't think I will be needing to try anything on. Do you think that if I just glued it like that instead of like that, will be good enough? I don't know, but I'll try. I'm putting a lot of that in so that it falls the best that it can. Also, I told you that I bought a new game today because I was looking, because I try to start playing more games and I get out of my comfort zone when it comes to playing games, and also maybe find something else to play after the Undertale if I don't finish the Minecraft modpack. That's why I did the whole rant about Minecraft modpack. So I was looking for something and I was thinking about what kind of games I like, and I remember that I played a little bit of The Forest with my friends, and I liked the survival aspect of it, but I didn't like the horror aspect of it. I was very scared playing that. So I started looking for something else, and I found Green Hell, and it had very good reviews. I watched some TikTok reviews and they were also good. They were saying that the game is pretty hard, but that it's good, so I thought that it's good. And I bought it. Also, it was on huge sale. It was like minus 90%, so a lot. So I bought it. And then I started watching, because so with Heartopia, I went into the game not knowing anything about the game. And I think that it was kind of annoying definitely for me, but I think it might have been also kind of annoying for you guys to watch me struggle with everything, especially since I don't really like to read the whole introductions. So I decided that I want to just watch somebody play, but then I turned on somebody's playthrough, and within the intro it gave me a spoiler of a story, because supposedly that game has a story within itself. So I decided that maybe I should not watch a playthrough if it has a story. Yeah. So I just watched some tips and tricks on the game, and I think that's everything that I will do. And I will read introductions and not skip through them. And I think we can work with that. That is not very circle. I am worried about that. That is not gonna become a circle, you know? It doesn't actually have to be like perfectly round. It can be bigger on one side, smaller on the other. Okay, how big do I want it? Like this. Because the clouds are also not perfect, but also I don't really want that shape there, you know? You know what I mean? We'll see. If this doesn't work, I can always order the styrofoam balls. And we can work with that. Wait, let me do this maybe. I decided to put it somewhere that had like a very sharp corner to maybe just get rid of that sharp corner. Oh, and what I was trying to say, when I was watching those tips on Green Hell, I found out that it's a hardcore game and like one of the hardest out there, at least at the time of it being released. Which I think is a great game for me to play. It won't be hard, right? I can handle it. I don't know, we'll see. Worst case scenario, I will just be dying for 3 hours straight. That sounds fun, right? Okay, I think this holds up pretty well. Okay. Okay, this side is starting to look pretty good and pretty round. The thing that I'm gluing on right now is also not perfect, but pretty good. I still have no idea how to fill in the empty spaces. I'm looking at the cup that we just made. Already an hour has passed. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've been streaming for 15 minutes. Okay, we will take a little break as per usual. Oh no, my nose is itching. I don't have to. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh my goodness. I think one of my hairs just started touching my nose. Ah, that's not nice. Okay. Oh, okay, not set yet. I thought it's set. Oh my god, I immediately look like I just cried. I didn't, I promise. It's just my nose. Okay, are you good now? Okay, I think it's good. I should have cut out the second one the same length. I should have thought about that. Okay. I put it around, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Like this much. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Clouds are not perfect. I mean, they are, but they are not symmetrical. That's the word. That's the better word. Can I glue it in 1.5 minutes? We'll see. But also, when I was watching the tips and tricks and videos that are on Steam, like promoting the Green Hell game, it looked pretty fun. Exactly what I was hoping for when it comes to a survival game. So I am kind of excited. We do also have the game that I bought that I can't remember the name of, that I bought along with Undertale, the one with puzzles. We'll see what will be the vibes in 2 weeks. If it's going to be more hardcore game or more chill cozy game. Okay, I don't think I will be able to glue the second part. Okay, I think if I leave it... Nope. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here, but we will have ads in 10 seconds, so I will take a little break, and you remember to drink water, get some snacks, take your meds if you need to, stretch, go touch grass, and do whatever else you need to do, and we'll see each other in 3 minutes. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. I put my cup here so that this wouldn't roll back and this would cool down and cure while I was gone. Oh no, a little bit of hot glue got on the cup, but it's fine. I got it off. Okay, honestly, I think it's not going that bad. I am worried though about the weight of this thing because I do have to have it on my head. So I'm worried of it being too heavy. But I guess I just have to make it and see how it feels. If it's gonna be too heavy, then I'm just gonna not wear it for long after somebody redeems it, because this will be another redeem hat as every other hat that I have. So yeah, I guess I will just wear it however long my head and neck can stand. Although I do think that it will take us a lot of time until we finish this one. I'm thinking that if I open a window in my room, it would get colder in here and this would probably cure faster. But that also means that it will be colder in here, and I was already kind of cold before the stream. I'm colder now, but that's probably because of the stress as usual. So I don't think I want to do it. Okay, this is what it looks like right now. Not perfect. This one and this one are not perfect. But I think if I just add like these little pieces here, it should be fine, right? I don't know. We'll see. I think gluing everything like that to like the edges was an a-okay idea. We'll see in the future how it holds up, but I think it should be fine. I hope. Yeah, I got this idea and I thought that it's gonna be so nice and easy, and then the more I think about it, the more I realize that it's not gonna be nice and easy. So the idea of this came from, I have seen TikToks of people making like a very big mushroom hat, and they also made it either fully with cardboard and then put some fabric on top of it, or they used an old hat? Yeah, I think it's called a hat, like a cowboy hat, something like that, or okay, let's go with cowboy hat, like this type of hat with the like the brim, and then kind of build on top of it with cardboard. The thing that I didn't think about is that the mushroom top part, that's just an oval, and it's basically just like half an oval and a straight line, and then a head is inside of, like, in the middle of that. And making a shape like that is pretty easy with cardboard. But a cloud doesn't look like that. Cloud looks like that. And that's kind of hard. But I got so excited about the idea when I thought about it that I didn't even thought about thinking it through. I just told you and I was excited, and I actually started thinking about it yesterday. That is actually gonna be kind of hard. Maybe on Saturday, so 2 days ago. That's fine. We'll figure it out. I always figure things out. And if not, we will just scrap this project and that will be fine too. Or it will come out ugly. That's fine too. I feel like if somebody walked into my room and saw me doing this, the last thing they would think about is that I'm making a cloud hat. What do you guys think about answering some questions? I think I told you everything that I wanted to told you. Oh no, where are my questions? Okay, here we go. But I have to figure out where I was. What's something that feels more serious than it actually is? I feel like life. But also I am definitely at the point of taking everything very seriously and thinking that every single small decision in my life is going to affect the rest of my life. So I am one of those people who take that a little bit too seriously. Okay, let me do it a little bit longer. I'm just gonna mark how long it is, and then we'll see if this is actually the size that I should have here. What's something that looks easy but requires skill? I feel like playing guitar. When I started learning how to play guitar, I thought it was going to be easy. And it was not, actually. I feel like so many people know how to play guitar that it just seems easy, but it's not. Especially the part where both of your hands have to do something different. I feel like that was my biggest problem. Like, I learned the chords pretty quickly, but I just couldn't separate the fact that I have to do one thing with one hand and second thing with the second hand, and whenever I would try to change the chords with my left hand, my right hand would just stop playing on the guitar. So yeah, I do still think that I might learn it one day. I just don't know when. Maybe we'll do streaming from learning, but I don't know what I could actually show you during the stream. What would be so interesting. I'll add a little bit here. I think when I'm done with this one and the two other ones, I'm going to leave this one alone and then try to do more different sizes, and then we will stick everything to it, to this. And then we'll just go from there. I still don't have a full plan set up, so we'll figure it out again. What improves with age? I feel like almost everything. Not looks wise. I don't know. We made like beauty standard being a 20-something-year-old, which is really freaking stupid. But like knowledge, humor, not giving a fuck. Definitely that one. The amount of money that you have in your bank account. Everything. What's something that feels different at 3 a.m.? Talking to a mirror. I don't know if that's just like Polish thing or not, but we have, I don't know how to even call it. But people say that if you go to a mirror at 3:30, 3 a.m. and you say Bloody Mary, so in Polish it's Krwawa Mary, 3 times to a mirror, she will appear. And overall we consider 3:33 like a ghost hour. That's why I hate. Sometimes I wake up at night and I need to go to a bathroom, and that sometimes is 3:33 or around like 3:30, and I really don't like it, and I always wait until 3:35. Or I'll just try to go to sleep and hope that I just won't wake up until the morning. But also I feel like being productive at night just feels so much different. That is my problem. I feel like that if I'm productive at night when everybody else is sleeping, I just feel like I'm more productive than if I am productive during the day. I don't know if other people have that. I haven't talked with anybody about it. I wouldn't be surprised. There's something just feels different about it, you know? But at the same time, I am fully aware that if I stay up until 3 a.m., I will not be very productive the next day. That is something that really annoys me about life, is how much time we have to spend sleeping. And that sleeping 8 hours actually improves your life and you do actually feel better, but also it just feels time wasting. You know? I wish I could just sleep for 5-6 hours and be fine. Okay, so what I had there was fine, so I cut where I had it marked, and I'm just gonna cut another one the same length. I'm actually very excited to play the Green Hell. I am kind of scared too, but quite excited too. Especially that it has a storyline. I think the first didn't really have. I mean, there was a story of that you, there was, I think a plane crash. Hello, Andrew. How are you? How was your weekend? I have some tea here, so I'll drink that. I feel like the first just didn't have a story after starting. What kind of tea? Forest fruit tea, I think. I usually just like to drink just like fruit teas. I don't like black tea. I recently found out that black tea has something that makes you that flushes out water from your system, so drinking black tea doesn't actually hydrate you. So I stopped drinking black tea, and I'm just drinking some, not herb teas, some fruit teas. Sounds fancy. It's actually the least fancy tea that you can find out there. But I'm glad it sounds fancy. How are you doing? I love you have like a Pokemon badge. It looks very cute. I am making a cloud hat. I have made the part that is going to be on my head, and now I'm making balls that I'm going to just attach to this thing. And hopefully that will end up looking like a cloud. I don't really know what I'm doing. I haven't considered the fact that it can be kind of hard to make a cloud hat, so I'm just improvising here. I'm hanging in there. My weekend was alright. That's good. Cloud hat looks fun, especially now. But thank you. I was basing this because I have seen people make a mushroom hat that they also made with just cardboard. I have seen a few people make it. But the mushroom has just like this shape, and that's pretty easy to do with cardboard. But I didn't want to do mushroom because that's not very on theme, and cloud is very on the theme of weather. But I just didn't think about the fact that cloud has a little bit of a different shape than a mushroom. And only today I started thinking, maybe yesterday, I started thinking about how I can make the ovals that cloud has. My first idea was to use styrofoam balls, but I couldn't find them just in store. I found in one store, but there were only 2 of them, and that's not enough to make a whole hat. So this is how we're making balls right now. I was also talking about a new game that I bought today, which is called Green Hell, because I was looking for some kind of survival game, because I used to, maybe not used to, but I played The Forest a few times with my friends, but I didn't like the horror aspect of it. So I was looking for something that would be survival but without horror, and I found Green Hell, and it is on sale on Steam, and the reviews are good, so I decided to buy it. Oh my god, later I found out that it's a pretty hardcore game, which is great looking at the fact that I'm not very good when it comes to playing games. So there is a chance that me streaming that game is just going to be 3 hours of dying. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? Okay, last piece. What's something that only makes sense when you experience it? Periods. I feel like I would really like if men had to go through one period at least in their life. I feel like they would have a lot more understanding towards people who do have periods if they did that. I overall love telling men about what period like actually looks like and feels like, because I feel like a lot of people who don't have periods just never learned, and they just think that it's just a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of pain, and there's so much more to that that makes it so horrible that it's just nice to be able to talk about it and tell them and make them understand that it's not actually just that. But what else? I need to head out to the library. Will be lurking. Okay, thank you for the lurk. What's something that always sparks nostalgia? Nostalgia, I think it's in English. I don't know. I think I have few songs that make me think of certain times in my life. So maybe that. Also, I don't know. I don't know if I experience nostalgia that much. I feel like I just don't know if I liked my childhood that much. I feel like you have to like something to feel nostalgic towards it. I just think that I like my current life a lot more. Okay, our first ball is done. I'll need to start putting it. Maybe, oh, I can put it there so you can see everything. There we go. Okay, I think I'm just gonna clean up a little bit here. I have just some scraps that I don't need. I'm thinking if I can keep them for something else, but I don't think I will need them. Also, it's just cardboard. It's fine. I usually try to not let things go to waste. But I think it's fine. Okay, this is what we have right now. I think it's too small. I want to do something bigger, but I want to do something smaller than what we just made. I'm cutting out the bottom because it's like wonky. I don't like that. Ah. I should have cleaned out my trash can before this. Okay, how big? Maybe like until the crease that is here. Okay, that looks like a pretty good size ball and definitely smaller than this one. Okay, no, this is too small. Okay. This is the end of our questions, but I will get us more. What food you think is way better than people give it credit for? I was... Did I tell you here about placki ziemniaczane? I think it was in somebody's stream, but basically there's this dish in Poland that is called placki ziemniaczane, which translation of that would be potato cakes, like pancakes but made with potatoes. And they are pancakes but just made with potatoes. There's like potatoes, some starch, egg, onion, I think, and some spices. And you fry them on a pan. And they're so good. They are, I think, my favorite thing, my favorite dish. I don't really have favorite things, but definitely one of my favorites. And I don't think other people feel about them the same way. Or I feel like everybody likes them, but nobody would think of them as their favorite dish. And they are so good. And they are overall savory, although some people eat them with sugar. which I think is a crime against Polish culture. But that's just my opinion. The right opinion, but it's still just my opinion. The proper way of eating them is with some sour cream on top. Delicious. Need to make them at some point. Although I don't really like making them because you have to, I don't know what is the word for it. But you have to grind them? Grind the potatoes? I don't think that's the right word. But you have to have them in very small like pieces. And I don't like making that. I like doing that. Actually, I think grind might be the right word. I'm googling that. Grate them. Yeah, okay. We have to grate the potatoes. I feel like I was close, right? Yeah, so when you do it by hand, it just takes some work. But they're so good. So I think that... Is there other foods? I feel like pizzas get enough credit. Sushi also. Indian food. Oh my fucking god. That is one of the best... It's not a type of food. But like, I love Indian food and I feel like it doesn't get enough credit. It's so good. It is quite spicy. And honestly, Indian food is the sole reason why I'm trying to get my spice tolerance up, because it's so good. And I'm like eating always the least spicy things because I cannot handle spice. And that's already really good. So how good has it, like how good would that be if I was able to handle more spices, aka more spice? Like I have to taste that, okay? I deserve to taste that because that will be really, really good. I don't know if I ever told you. I think I did, but I'll tell you again. But one time, first time I think I ever ordered chicken butter masala. I know, typical thing for a white person to order, but that was the least spicy thing, okay? Which that was still kind of spicy, and I remember that I was eating it until like for however long I was able to tolerate the spice of it. Then I would drink cold tea to kind of bring the spice in my mouth down, only to start eating it again. And I did, and I ate the whole portion of it like that because it was so good that I just couldn't stop. No. I feel like I don't think I have ever talked with a fan of Indian food. So yeah, I think that also deserves what credit? Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna cut a second one based on this one immediately. So I don't have to measure it second time later. I feel like this one is going a lot faster than the previous one. But it is also a lot smaller. And also I have already made one before, so I kind of know what is going on. I will try my best to figure out what to do with this for the next stream. I am mainly talking about filling in the gaps of everything, and just when I put all of that together, how to connect all of it. I'm wondering if I just took like paper, maybe some I don't think tissue would be strong enough to just hold, like if I had a tissue, for example, covered in glue and I put it on top of this, I don't think that would hold very well. And also I would be worried that it's not gonna give me that shape. So I think I will have to... okay. ADHD. I think I will have to fill this in with cardboard. Maybe not perfectly, maybe there can be some gaps, but most of it, like, I will have to get the shape of it. So I cannot have like a... wait, which one is it? I cannot have a gap that is this big. So at least another line in here, right? But what I'm thinking is that whether I should first fill that in and then glue it together, because this way that's just gonna be easier. But if I first glued it all together and then started filling in the spaces that are necessary to be filled in and not everything, that will make the hat lighter overall. And I think that's the way I should go. Because I think it's already very likely for it to be heavy. I told you about it. So I think that's what we're going to do. I just, how many bows? I think I need like 6 at least, and then I can maybe add some more smaller ones later. I can also, if I just have bigger ones and I glue them together, I can later, if I, have 2 big ones next to each other, and I feel like between them there should be another small one, I can just take a piece of cardboard and, glue it to it, not make the whole ball. So I think... okay, I still think that I will need 5, 6 big ones. I definitely need 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 5, 6. And then smaller ones. Okay, maybe I will try to do 6 bigger ones. Or like maybe 4 bigger ones, 3 middle-sized ones, 3, 4 small ones. That's a lot of work though. And then we will glue that all together. Because also I don't want them all... there's a reason why I want different sizes, because even though I am going for a more cartoony-ish look, I do still want to have some variation and resemble, natural clouds, and the fact that they are not perfectly shaped and perfectly symmetrical. Okay, excuse me, I just have dry lips. Okay. Oh no. I glued the pieces together, but you can see how wonky they are. Okay, but I think it's fine. What's a meal you could eat every week and never get bored of? I don't think there is a meal like that. I like to eat something that I like every single day until I cannot look at that thing. But I guess something that has a lot of variation, like for example, sushi, just eat a different variation every week, or pizza. Although I feel like pizzas, although I could eat pizzas from different places. I could eat like a pizza from Pizza Hut, and I could eat a pizza from Italian restaurant, and those are two very different things. So if I had a choice of different flavors and different places where I would get them, that. Also, if we are talking about eating something once a week, fast foods, that's a very general category. But I feel like I could even say like McDonald's. My boyfriend made me really like McDonald's, and I am not happy about it. Although the food is great, but my wallet and my weight don't love that. Ah. Oh my goodness! How many times will I hit it? Okay, now I am thinking that I might need those pieces for the filling in. So I'm not gonna be throwing them out anymore. I'm not gonna be digging the ones that I have in my trash, but I'm also not gonna be throwing out anything. Okay. I'm cutting off if the edge is like thinning out. Wait, can you see that? Can you see the top is like squished here? Because I don't have a lot of surface to glue here, I would prefer it to be like wide like here. So that's why I'm cutting it off. I am very happy that I started listening to music on stream. I know that I could be listening to copyrighted copyrighted songs, because what I'm listening to, this is actually made for streamers to listen on stream, and like the owners are okay with streamers listening to it. This is stream beats. But the way I do it is that this music is not going to be in the VOD, so I shouldn't get a copyright strike, but also I like to be safe. And the other thing is that there is always a chance that I will forget to do it so that it's not on the VOD. So if I forgot to do that with copyrighted music, I might have a problem. And I'm pretty sure I can have 3 after the third copyright strike, I would get banned. And I don't really want to get banned, you know? So yeah. I prefer to listen to something like that. Okay. What food always reminds you of a specific memory? I don't think I have something like that. It's not really a food, it's a drink. And it's actually a drink that I made myself today. So, when I was younger, my grandma would always make her grandkids galaretka, which is a jello or jelly, however you want to call it. So you do the exact same thing when you're trying to make jello and have it like set. You just add to a cup, you add like, in the case of what we have, 2 teaspoons of the powder, jello powder. Fill it, the cup, with hot water, mix it really, really well. You have to mix it really, really well for all of the gelatin to dissolve. And then you just drink it. And I have not met a single person besides my grandma who would do that. Well, now me too. But yeah, that taste, that definitely reminds me of my grandma and being at her place, because she would always make that for us. So adults were always getting coffee and tea, and us kids, we would just always get galaretka. And we loved it. I loved me my galaretka, okay? But when it comes to foods, I don't know. Maybe also something that my grandma... I know. That's another thing with my grandma. I recently, not recently, like a year ago, I was talking with my mother, asking her for a recipe for a cake that my grandma used to make when I was at her place, and she gave me the recipe. She found it and she gave me that. And that cake, it was just like a very basic cake without even any fruits or anything like that. But my grandma would always cut it in thin slices and put honey on top of it. And I also ate it like that. And that definitely reminded me of when I was, again, either visiting my grandma, or she would make it if I stayed at her place for like a few nights. Hello, Cisurit? Cisurit? How are you? How was your weekend? I am making a cloud hut, contrary to what you can see here, but this is the piece that will go on my head, and I am now making some balls, different sizes, that I will stick to this guy. And then I will do something else, and then I will look like a cloud. I still don't know what something else is, but we are figuring things out just one by one. My weekend was busy with garden works. Ooh, what do you have in your garden? Do you have some veggies? Although, isn't it too early for veggies? I don't know. My parents have a garden with like fruits and vegetables, but I liked having the fruits and vegetables in our garden, but I never liked the fact that they would make me or my brother help them with it. I didn't like that part. Oh, actually, so I have some questions that I'm answering. And the question that I just had was, what's a meal you could eat every week? No, wait, not that one. What food always reminds you of a specific memory? And that just reminded me that tomatoes from my parents' garden, they don't taste like store-bought tomatoes. They taste different. They have a very specific taste. And I have very vivid memories of just going into the garden, taking a tomato from the tomato bush, I guess, and not even washing it. We would just like wipe it with a t-shirt, because it's like made in our parents' garden. We know that it wasn't sprayed with any chemicals, and just eating it. And I can taste that taste in my mouth right now just thinking about it. I had to pruning the apple trees. Ooh, you have some apple trees. Do you have like nice apple trees? My parents had apple trees, but the apples were always very small and very sour. I didn't like them. My favorite fruit, I think, was a cherry tree. So they had 2 cherry trees, and I recently found out that in English there's only like one name for both of them. We have 2 different names for the two, because one of them is vishnya, which is like sour cherry, and the other one is chereshnya, which is kind of a sweeter cherry. And I love the sweet cherry. 3 different types, yellow, red, and grade 2. Ooh, that sounds lovely. I feel like fruits and veggies from the garden are just so good. Another taste is my grandma had, oh my god, what is it called? I definitely know the name of it in English, but I don't remember. But like small, should I? Well, you're close. You're very close. Small strawberries. What are they called? But again, the only place that I've ever tasted them was my grandma's garden, and I loved them. She would, every time I visited her, she just told me she would give me the same exact cup every single time, and she would tell me to just get myself some of the thing is, I don't remember the name. It's Hungarian. Ooh, so it's quite similar. But I think Hungarian and Polish have similarities. Polish? Yeah, I am. That's why I sometimes don't remember English names of things or say something wrong. We do learn English since we are 6 though, or I think even earlier now. Yeah, we have some same words. I think you also have kurwa, which is in Poland the most important word you can know. Okay, I think this one I made a little bit too long, and it's a little bit more square than I would like. Okay, this one looks better. It's more oval, but it's fine. I can just cut off a little bit of these guys. What brings you here, Sisurit? How do you say your name? Sisurit. Like, how did you find me? That is something that always interests me. If people just found my social media and decided to come here, or if Twitch recommended me. It's my anagram. Ooh, that's cool. That's very like mysterious. It's giving very mysterious vibes. What food do you think people overcomplicate? I don't know. I don't know if there's a food that I think. I feel like easy foods should be easy, but the ones that are more complicated should be more complicated. My first thought was pizza, but then I realized that pizzas that have more like toppings are often better. I followed you after you rated an American girl who did crochet. Luva, maybe? Or somebody else. But it's very nice of you to do that. Yeah. Ooh, I guess. It's very nice. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I do also do some crochet. Last week I do crafts on Mondays and then games on Thursdays. And last week I was, for example, crocheting a tomato hat. Actually finishing up this guy because I have some hat redeems that you can redeem with channel points, and that kind of became a thing. So I'm just making more of them to make it more fun. And also I realized that people prefer funny hats over cute ones. So, for example, the fun favorite is my fish hat, which looks like this, and I thought that I have to make another one that is funny. So that's how we decided to, not we, actually, I decided to make a tomato hat. There's something here. So there is a competitor to the fish hat, and fish hat is not the only one not the only one which is being redeemed. And then I wanted to make a, what kind of fish is, I don't know, one that likes to eat people's heads, I guess. I don't know, I just found a pattern for it and then modified it a little bit, because I think it was, I don't know, too big or too small. Piranha. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to deny it. Sorry, I wanted to allow it. I don't know what, but it flagged it for misogyny, which I don't know how piranha is misogynistic, but okay. Can be piranha, I guess. It's to the viewer's interpretation. Looks cool, thank you. I was trying my best. Yeah, and I wanted to make a mushroom hat, but then I decided that I would also like to make something on theme, because I'm trying to make things on theme with weather, because Layla weather. And I decided that I'm going to make a cloud, but I didn't think how to make the cloud. So as I said, we are figuring things out as we go. I was thinking about some styrofoam. I don't know if I told you that. I was talking about it before, but I was thinking about some styrofoam balls, but I couldn't find them in store. I just found two, which was not enough for me to make the whole hat, so I just decided against it. Yeah, now I'm making balls with cardboard and answering questions. You can also, if you would like, you can answer questions as well. Next question is, what snack disappears way too fast once you open it? Every single one of them. I love me my snacks. So yeah, I'd say all of them. I am recently very into chocolate. I haven't been eating chocolate for I think like 2 years, until end of last year. I just have phases when I'm into a certain food, and I have phases when I'm not into certain foods. So I had a phase when I wasn't into chocolate. I didn't like chocolate at all. I had big chocolates, like, I don't know if you guys have Milka, but like a normal size chocolate. Wait, I have some. Like, this is kind of the standard size. The ones that I had were like 3 times this one. It's longer, thicker, and wider. And I haven't even opened them. One of them has gone bad. I decided to open one of them when my boyfriend was at my place. And we opened it and it tasted funny, and we realized that it's like out of date for a few months. And then the other 2 I just gave to somebody when I realized that I'm not gonna eat them. And then now I am really into chocolates, and I am basically inhaling chocolates right now. So that's why there's a chocolate, and that chocolate is definitely one that disappears way too quickly. Also, I just really like, whenever I see somebody talk about chocolate, I talk about Polish chocolate, because I genuinely think that this brand of chocolate Wedel is just so good. I don't know if it's available outside of Poland because it's a Polish brand, but it's so good. And that flavor, strawberry, so it's milk chocolate with strawberry filling. Absolutely delicious. It's Polish. Yes, it is. Is it available in Hungary? Hungary. I think that's what you say it. I didn't know if they are available outside of Poland, as I said. I'm not sure we have here. Okay. If you ever saw that, I would really recommend. I don't like their white chocolate. I am overall a fan of white chocolate. I don't like their white chocolate. Their Milka is here. Oh, Milka is, I think I was looking it up recently. I think it's what it was made in either Sweden or Switzerland, and then they moved production to Germany. Okay, we will have ads in 15 seconds. So I always take a break during that so nobody misses anything. And also I have a little break for myself. So get something to drink, get snacks, take your meds if you have to. And we will see each other in 3 minutes. Okay, the ads should have ended by now. So we are back. What's a food combination that people judge but you like? Welcome back. Thank you for the welcome back. I don't know. I have recently been judged by another streamer for liking mint chocolate. But I don't know if that's usually judged. Actually, I know. You take a fresh cucumber, you cut it in half, but not like if you have a cucumber, you don't cut it like that, you cut it like that, like with the length. You scoop out the seeds and you put some honey in it, and it's really good. It sounds weird, but it's actually very good because cucumber itself doesn't have that much flavor. It's just fresh in flavor, so it pairs with the sweetness of honey really well, and it tastes really good. Okay, I'm trying to do similar size to this one. I think this is good. Okay, I should put it here. It's safe. What's a food you didn't like as a kid but you enjoy now? I don't know. I feel like I still don't like everything that I didn't like as a child. Genuinely cannot think of anything. So I still don't like mushrooms. I still don't like what is it called? Chicken liver. I mean, with chicken liver, I haven't ate it in a very long time. But I don't really want to, you know? I don't know what else. I still don't like alcohol in cakes. I feel like alcohol in cakes is just so unnecessary. You just can taste alcohol. Like, what's the point? Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Maybe there are things that I just haven't tried in a very long time, like the chicken liver. But again, I'm not very likely to try it again. Also, still don't like shrimps. Although I have tried shrimps that I liked. So there is a chance that every single other time I have tried shrimps, they were just like low quality. Can you say that about food? I guess you can. Because there was one time that I liked them. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. What smell from the kitchen instantly makes you hungry? I feel like frying onion on a pan, whatever, no matter what you're making, but if you're just frying onion on like oil on the pan, that will smell like you are cooking something good, even if that's just onion. Okay, I think I'm just gonna, well, I kind of screwed, maybe it's not that bad. I haven't connected it really well, but I feel like maybe it helps with the shape being more round. I'll leave it like that for now. What's a food that tastes better at night? Snacks. I don't know if it's bad, but I feel like if you wake up in the middle of a night and eat any kind of snacks, it will be at 10 times better at least than if you ate it during the day. Also, I feel like, so in Poland, we eat dinner as a second meal, like in the middle of the day, and then at the end of the day, we have a smaller meal that is kind of similar to breakfast. So eating what is for us dinner food at the end of the day, that's also always better than eating it for dinner. What's something simple that tastes amazing when done right? Sushi, I guess? Is sushi simple though? Grilled cheese. I love me a good grilled cheese. The secret to good grilled cheese is to put some kind of fat, whether... So I like to usually use butter, but also if I have oil from sun-dried tomatoes, using oil from sun-dried tomatoes, just wherever you would use oil, is so good because it's so flavorful already, and it's just oil. I love leaving the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes and just using it for cooking. But I recently used it for grilled cheese, and you just put some of that or butter on the outside, not the inside, the outside, the part that is touching the grill, and it makes this like crispy skin on top and bottom of the grilled cheese, and it's just so much better. Okay, what do we think? I think a little bit too big. This is better, I think. Also, I like to add some onion, like very thinly sliced, to the center with the cheese. That's also really nice. What's something small that makes a day feel productive? I like, so every morning, first thing I do after I wake up is that I read a book, and that definitely makes the day better. I just feel like if I don't do it, that makes me feel very lazy for the day. So that definitely sets the mood. Also, making my bed. I've learned to make my bed because I'm allergic to cats. You read in the morning? Yeah. So I see books as... So I usually read like self-help books. I don't like the name, but that is the name. So I don't really read fiction. But yeah, self-help books. But during the day, I just cannot make time to do that. It just... Also, it's like low dopamine thing, so I don't really have motivation to do it because I know it's not gonna be that as fun as watching TikTok or YouTube or whatever. So I decided to start my mornings with it, and it actually works really, really well. I gave myself a challenge this year to read 12 books in a year, so one book a month, and I am close to finishing my third book. And we are on the third month, so it is going really, really good. Okay, I think we are back. Okay, thank you for telling me. I don't know what is happening with that. It has happened to me once before. Wait, I'm going to mark it for myself on the stream. Yeah, so I don't start my mornings with something that is very high dopamine, which makes me not want to do anything later during the day. And it also makes, also I read books, so I get the knowledge from them that I want to get. And it is a very good reason to stay longer in bed. So it's good on everything that it can be good on. The only thing is that if I have to wake up early, and I don't have time to stay in bed for additional 30 minutes, then that's not gonna work. But I can usually stay in my bed for longer, just like on a daily basis, so it works. How early? So I wake up at 7:30. I'm starting reading the book, and then at 8 I get out of bed because I need some time to wake up before I start reading. But if I have to, for example, leave my house at 8, then I'm not gonna wake up earlier just to read the book. Wow. Yeah, I wake up at 4. Oh my god. I used to work from 6 a.m. and I would wake up a little bit before 5. And I liked it, I didn't mind it, but I didn't like how early I have to go to sleep to wake up rested. And now that I don't have a job, or like don't have a job that restricts me with time, I just like created a sleep routine when I just go to sleep at 11 p.m. and wake up at 7, so I get 8 hours of sleep. And I also wake up pretty early and I don't go to sleep too early or too late, because I don't know if it's true, but I have heard that between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. you have the best sleep. And I think there is some truth to that, because I feel like if I go to sleep after midnight, no matter how long I will sleep for, I will feel bad the next morning. Which might also just show my age, but that is unfortunately the reality. So now whenever I go to sleep 11 p.m. but get oh my god, that is way too little sleep. Like, I didn't understand how important sleep is until I actually started sleeping 8 hours, and that, like, sleeping 8 hours actually helps. Weekend too. I mean, if you are waking up that early on the weekdays, I feel like that's your body just gets used to it. I remember that when I was waking up before 5, I wasn't, so when I didn't have an alarm, I wouldn't wake up as early, but I would wake up before 6, so about an hour later. But that was nice too, because I could wake up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, make myself a nice breakfast, do everything that I have to do, like cleaning or whatever else I had to do. And then by 10 I would be done with everything and I would have the rest of the day for myself. So I enjoyed that. I overall enjoy also waking up in the mornings, because it's nice to finish everything that you have to do early, so that, I don't know, I just feel like really good at myself if I finish everything early. But I don't like going to sleep early. And again, I don't like, maybe not that I don't feel good if I don't sleep for long enough, about 20 years. Ooh, well then your body is definitely so used to it. Do you wake up so early because of work, or do you have like I don't know, you go to gym in the morning or something like that. Like, was it your decision or something made you do that? If you don't wanna say, that's fine too, of course. Yeah, start my work at 6. Yeah, okay, I understand. So when I was starting my work at 6, I liked finishing my job early, especially during the winter. So I used to work a 9 to 5 also, and I hated the fact that I would leave my work and it would already be late, because I just felt, for my brain, if it's dark, that means sleep. So if I was leaving my job and it was dark, then I would completely not be productive for a few months when it was getting dark early. So I love the fact that at 2 p.m. when I was leaving my job at the second job, it was still sunny. The next weekend to change the time for summer. Yeah, we have the same thing. In America, from what I have found out, they do that earlier. They did it like last weekend, I think. I wish we stopped having the summertime and the winter time. It's very unnecessary and it's annoying and I don't like it. Also, I have heard somebody say that it's actually quite dangerous, that the day after the time change is a day that has a significantly more like car accidents and stuff like that because people don't sleep enough. Oh, I forgot to measure the length of that guy. Hope so. Yeah, so I don't think that we will do that with our current government because it's shit. But maybe next time. Who knows? What's something people often forget before leaving the house? Keys, I guess? I don't know. I have like my checklist of my phone, car keys, and house keys. Although, since I started living with my boyfriend here, and we often leave together, and if we leave together, he's always the one driving. So I don't have to have my house keys with me because he has them, and I don't have to have my car keys because we are driving his car. So I just need my phone and I'm good. What's something that always takes longer than expected? With ADHD, everything. We do not have like understanding of time. So everything. Okay, I wanna try okay, so it's kind of like this. Okay, I think this should be fine. And I'm gonna immediately do the other two so I don't forget. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I am, finishing my third ball. Okay, I wanted to say that I might finish all of them this stream, but I actually don't think that I will do that. Because what I said I want around 5 big ones, 4 middle-sized ones, and around 6 small ones. Okay, that's not happening. But I might change the big ones. That's always something. What's something that always... What's something you always double check? If I have my phone with me and keys. In the house that I live in right now, I can not only lock myself out of the house, but I can lock myself out of the house, but within the gates and the fence that is around the house, because the door automatically closes. Like the only way you can open the door from the outside is with the key. We don't have like a handle. So if I don't have my keys with me and I leave the house, then I'm locking myself out of it. But also, the only way to open the I don't know if there, but for the gates, I either have to have a remote that is attached to my house keys, or for the second one, I have to have my house keys to also open it on either of the sides. So yeah, I can lock myself outside of the house, but within the gates if I don't take my keys with me. But thankfully, there is always somebody in the house. So if I did that, somebody would probably open the door for me. But something you notice, also another thing, because it doesn't say also, blah, blah, blah. Okay, again, what's something you always double check? Doesn't only mean like when I'm leaving the house. So the other thing is that I always check if I have my wallet with me, if I know that I will need, for example, my ID with me. Basically, I always double check if I have everything that I need to have, I guess. But even if I, for example, I'm leaving the house and I'm checking everything in here and I'm going somewhere, then before I speak with somebody that I, for example, I know will need my ID, I will check if I for sure have my ID. I don't know where it will go, if it will just grow wings and fly out of my backpack or whatever, but I will check it. What's something you notice immediately when entering someone's home? I don't think there's anything. If there is a significant smell, I'd say that one. When I was living alone before moving here, I tried so hard to make my house smell like lavender because I really like that smell, because it's relaxing and also it is a smell that repels cloth moths, like the moths that eat cotton. So I really wanted that, and I tried multiple things that will help me do that, and none of them have worked as much as I wanted to. I did have, so the last thing that I tried was an air freshener that just sprayed some of the air freshener like every, I don't know, 15 minutes or something, like an automatic one, and that worked the best. But also I only had it in like the area when I was walking in the house, the doorway, I think you can say. So that didn't really smell until the rest, like, not until, you couldn't really smell that in the rest of the apartment. But I thought that the way our brains work with smell is that if we smell something constantly, we will, like, our brain is going to filter that out so to not overwhelm us. So I thought that if somebody smells that when they walk in, that's when they are going to notice it. And if I even had that smell in the rest of the house, people's brains, I accidentally raised my desk because I have a remote here. People's brain are going to filter that out, so there's no point to do that. So that's what I had. But I think for the future, if I'm again going to ever live in a smaller apartment, because I'm currently living in a house, I think especially in the winter, I would like to do like lavender boil. So I would just have lavender flowers, I guess, and boil them for like few hours so that I get the smell in the house, but also that would moisturize the air, and that is very important in the winter. And I have already gotten sick from dryness twice in the past 3 years, so I know how important moisture is. So I think that is like a perfect combination of those two things, making my house smell good and also moisturizing it. I don't know if it would actually work the way I think that it would, but if I ever move out to an apartment, I'm going to try. What's something that feels satisfying to clean or organize? I think organizing overall feels satisfying. I like having things organized, but I don't do well when it comes to keeping up the organization. But I do like to do like a general apartment, or in this case room organization, ever so often. And it feels nice to have everything organized. And then I tell myself that I will keep it organized like that forever. And I never do. What's something that instantly makes a place messy? So I recently started noticing whether a place is vacuumed or if something has has been dusted, mainly because we have so much stuff here. So in this house we have 2 cats and a dog, and their fur is everywhere, and you can see it everywhere. So yeah, I started noticing that, and also I feel like because of them we get a lot more dust in here. I don't know, maybe I'm not remember what kind of dogs. I have no idea. I don't think it's pure breed. I'm pretty sure it's like a rescue from a shelter or something. I don't know. The dog is not mine. I am actually severely allergic to the dogs, and I'm not very happy that she's here, but yeah, can't really do anything about it. The cats are mine. I am also allergic to the cats, but not as much as I am to the dogs. But the dog looks you know how there are breeds that you can see that they come from wolves, like German Shepherd, for example. So she's that kind of dog, but she's gray and black. She's like skinny, pretty big, short fur. Husky. So again, she's not purebred, but something. But Husky, I think, is black with white. She's black with gray, and doesn't have blue eyes. I think Huskies usually have blue eyes. But yeah, something like that. But I think she's skinnier than a husky. I don't know, I haven't seen a husky in a pretty long time. What's something you always carry with you? My phone and keys. Maybe mixed. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Not only I don't really care about it, but also because she was a rescue, and I'm pretty sure the owner of the dog doesn't even know like who the parents were of the dog. So I feel like even if we wanted to, we couldn't really know what it is. What's something people underestimate when planning something? I have a German Shepherd. Ooh, do you have the one with long fur or short fur? My parents used to have a dog, also a German Shepherd with long fur. One, ooh, they're beautiful. And yeah, and at the time we didn't know that I was allergic to dogs. And when I found out last year, it made so much sense because I constantly had allergies throughout my childhood. And we started, my parents bought the dog when I was, I think, 9. And since then, until I think I was 20, which is also the year I moved out of my parents, yeah, I constantly had allergies. Also, I love the fact that I was going to a doctor for 6 years out of that, and nobody ever thought that I should get tested to what I am allergic to. I was going to a dermatologist to kind of help with the allergies because I have like skin allergies, and nobody thought that it would be nice to also know what is causing them. And I eventually last year went to a doctor and I told him that I want to be like I want to get a prescription or referral. I want to get a referral to I don't know what it's called in English, but the person who's checking allergies. Right now he's 1 year old and 1 month. Oh, that's a puppy. Oh my goodness. I remember how our looked like. They're so cute. Is he chew or she? He. Okay, he. Is he chewing on your shoes or stuff like that? I remember ours. He was very. I mean, German Shepherds are smart. Ours figure out. So my parents have a house, and he would spend. He wouldn't live in the house. He would live kind of outside in the garden. But he very early figured out how to open the door to our house because in the summer when people are walking around we would have the door to the house open, like not like key open, but the door would be closed, and he figured out how to push on the handle so he could open the door. So for years we had, instead of having the handle like that, we had to have it like that so that he wouldn't open the door because he was opening it and just walking inside and taking our shoes and chewing on them. Puppy in age but look like lion. Yeah, they are beautiful. Okay, I need to close my window. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, what will be this? It's like a middle-sized more. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What's something people underestimate when planning something? How much it's going to cost? I feel like whenever I would plan a vacation for myself, it always seems like it's gonna be cheap because I'm choosing like the cheapest things, and then suddenly I pay just so much out of nowhere. What is the price? What's something that improves your comfort instantly? Being in my bed. I love being in my bed. Also, I feel like petting my cat. So we have 2 cats and I have a favorite out of them. The other one is a favorite of my boyfriend, so I think it's okay that we have our favorites. So yeah, petting my cat. That also does that. I don't know what else. What kind of weather changes your mood the most? All of them. Just bad weather makes my mood bad, and sunny weather makes my mood good. I'm so happy that it's getting sunny now. I just hope that the spring is going to last more than 2 weeks, because that's basically what we had last year. And I didn't like that because spring it's hot there. I wouldn't say hot, but we had a pretty cold winter and it's getting hotter. So we had like So right now it's like back to being a little bit colder, but we had temperatures of like 15 degrees Celsius. Right now it dropped back down a little bit, but it's warmer than it was during the winter. And same around 15. Ooh, 22. That's like getting hot, I feel like. But I think Hungary is a warmer country than Poland. What kind of weather makes you feel productive? Sunny weather. I love so. Oh my god, this is something that I miss a lot. So when I was living alone, before I moved here, my windows are facing east. I think I'm correct. The direction where the sun is in the morning. Yes, it's warmer. Okay. I'm glad that I was right. So yeah, my windows were facing east, so I had a lot of sunlight in the mornings, and I would love when it was a sunny day, especially getting warmer. East side window. Okay, so I was right. East side. And I would open both so I had like a big window and then a balcony. So I would open both of these. I would start blasting like happy music, and I would be getting that fresh air, warmth, the sun, and I love that. And I would be dancing and I would be doing productive things. And I would always make myself a really good breakfast, like an omelette or pancakes or something, not just a basic sandwich, something better. And yeah, and I loved it, and I'm kind of missing that here because I'm not living alone, so I can't really blast music or open anything or anything like that. But yeah, I love that, and I am missing that. What's something you enjoy doing during rain? Being in the house. I really like rain as long as it's not touching me. But I don't think I have like a specific preference. But I don't like going out and being wet. What weather makes everything feel calmer? I used to really like storms. When I was living in a block of apartments, like apartment complex, because I knew that the lightning can't really hit me, or like the exact apartment, if it's going to hit something, it's going to probably hit the, I don't know what it's called, but the thingy that protects buildings from lightning rod, that one. I knew that is like apartment complexes have to have lightning rod, so the worst case scenario, it can strike the lightning rod. So I knew that I was safe, and like behind the window so much was happening, but I was inside warm and safe and dry and everything. That was kind of making me feel calm, I guess. Yeah, when I'm in a house, I don't like storms because I feel like more open to the weather. Although I'm pretty sure this house does have a lightning rod. The one I used to live in with my parents didn't have, so there I hated the storm. What kind of sky always look looks impressive to you? Sunrise and sunset. So when I was working, when I was starting working at 6 a.m., during spring and during fall, I could see sunrise when I was driving to work and it looked so beautiful. I had one spot where I could see it clearly, like I didn't have any buildings and it was just in front of me. And it was absolutely gorgeous. I was even thinking about taking, so I have a camera in my car. I was thinking about taking clips from that camera from that point, but I never actually did that, and I'm pretty sure that right now all of that has deleted because my camera overwrites old videos to get new ones. So yeah, I'm pretty sure of that is gone now. But it was beautiful. What season feels the longest to you? Winter and fall, because I have seasonal depression, so I don't like either of those. And they feel way too long. What kind of weather makes you nostalgic? I don't know if there is a type of weather that makes me nostalgic. What matter makes the day feel slow? When it's like raining a little bit, or it's not raining but it's very cloudy, so there's not much sunlight. What's something people do when they think nobody is watching? I don't know. I like to dance when nobody's watching or do funny faces in the mirror. So maybe other people also do that. Is that enough? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. Let's do this. I'm cutting out the end pieces because they're like thin here, and because I'm gluing them from here, I want them to be thicker. What's something people pretend not to care about? I don't know what other people think about them. Although I do think that some people actually don't care about that. I wish I was one of those people. I'm learning to be one of those people. But I don't think I'm there yet. What's something people secretly compete about? I don't know, success. I compete, so when I'm in my car, and I have a pretty weak car, whenever I am on the road and there's like two lanes next to each other going the same way, and we are on the lights, and I am the first one and somebody else is on the second lane, usually car much better than mine, I always treat that as a race, even though the other person doesn't know that we are racing, but I do. And I'm sometimes even winning with better cars than mine. Sometimes I am horribly losing, but that just means that they have a better car, not that they are better. But when I'm winning, then I'm better. But I think some other people that I love when something like that happens, but the cars that are first are two good cars, like sports cars. And I'm always curious if they are going to race each other. I have seen situations where they did. You play Need for Speed on the road. Yeah, something like that. But only the star. Like I'm not. So in Poland, going over the speed limit is completely normal, and it's usually weird when somebody is going the speed limit. It's like the normal is usually 10 kilometers per hour over the speed limit. So I don't go faster than that, but like just the start, the acceleration at the beginning, you know? That's my need for speed. Also, I don't know if I have ever played Need for Speed actually. I think I didn't. I have played GTA once with my ex, and the whole game looked like me driving too fast and breaking too many laws, getting to like 4 stars, and then my ex having to like bring those stars down, like hide or something. What kind of car have you? I have a Hyundai. I have a small Hyundai. I actually don't know if I want to share exactly what car I have. I am kind of paranoid about information that I share here on stream, so a lot of them I hide, like not because of the person I'm speaking with, but just because I'm paranoid. So yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I like it. It's actually a car that I wanted to have. So when I was buying a car, because I don't really know much about cars, and I have a cousin that is a mechanic, so every car that is being bought in our family is being bought with that cousin's help. But that cousin lives, so I moved out of my parents very far away. So I asked my father to buy a car for me because he lives close to that cousin. And I just told him, like, what is my budget? And that I just want a small car, preferably black. And I wanted to drive, basically. And we just made a deal that the next time I'm going to visit them, I'm going to like get there by train, which is what I was usually using, and then I will just go back to where I lived at the time, by the car that they buy me. And I told them that I want a black car. And the thing about me is I usually go for practicality, but also if there is something that I don't like, then I will hate every single time I have to use something. And I was really set on the fact that I want a black car, or at least like a dark color. And my parents found a red car, a red Renault Clio. And I fucking hated that car. I I cried. So my parents, so they found like few cars, but that was the only car that they immediately were able to see, and everything was fine with the car. Like the cousin went with them, everything was fine. And so my father told me that they are going to buy that car for me. And I didn't do it with him, but I ended the conversation with him and I cried because I knew that I was going to hate every single day that I'm going to drive that car. But I didn't tell them because, I mean, it's still a driving car and I am just overreacting. But then my mom called me and she's like, and she had a black car, small black car, and that was exactly the car that I wanted. And she called me and she's like, daughter, I really like the red car that we just bought. Do you want to exchange the cars? Like, she would take the red car and I would take her black car. And I'm like, but do you actually, like, I want your car, but do you actually want my car? And she's like, well, I actually want your car, but do you actually want my car? And we both couldn't believe that the other one wants the other one's car. But after talking for a few minutes, we realized that, yeah, I actually like the black car that she has, and she does actually like the red car that I have. And since they are similar cars and similar value, we just decided to exchange them. And that's how I ended up with my car and my dream car, because I was thinking about the fact that I actually really like my mom's car because I had a chance to drive it a few times and I really, really liked it. And I actually got my mom's car. and I still really, really like it. I call it baby every time I drive her. I just come, I say, hey baby, how are you? And we drive. I don't talk more with that. And you pimp your car? What exactly do you mean by pimp? Like take care of it? Although I am planning on doing like a after winter cleanup because it's very dirty. I did clean it once in the middle of the winter, but because it's black, whenever it gets wet, it looks clean. Like you can't see the dirt at all. So I decided that since I'm living in a house and we do have, I don't know what it's called, but the thing that like sprays water, we have that in the garage. I just decided that I'm going to clean the car. I mean, you tuning it. Oh no, I don't know, stuff like that. I put gas where the gas is supposed to go. I put windshield wiper liquid where it's supposed to go, and that's basically it. I don't do anything with it. I would like it to have a little bit more horses than it has, because again, it's kind of weak. I would like to be able to have the better acceleration when I'm starting, because like I really have to try hard to start well in comparison to other cars because it's pretty weak. So yeah, I would like to change that, but I actually don't know anything about cars and how to do it, or even if something like that is worth it. So it's just something in my head that I would like to happen, but it's not going to ever happen. But yeah, I decided to clean it. I also have like a little spray thing that is supposed to disinfect the AC because my AC smells a little bit. So I bought something to clean it. I have a new air freshener. Yeah. I was going to do that tomorrow, but I actually have something else to do tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe I will do that on Sunday. Maybe I'll do it next Tuesday. I don't know. But I'm kind of looking forward to it because my car is beautiful. I genuinely really like how it looks, especially from the front. But it's so dirty and it looks so bad. So I would like to deal with all of that. What's something people complain about but keep doing? Working for other people. Like, they kind of have to. Wait, why am I not seeing something that I should be seeing? Okay, maybe. I don't know, we should have ads again, but I'm always getting a notification 3 minutes before we start ads. I don't know. I will be taking a break again. It's like a tradition here that every hour when we have the no, I would have a notification 3 minutes before they start that they are going to start, but I don't even have the notification, but I'm just seeing that we are like it's so for me 7 p.m. right now, and every hour we get the notification, but I think I should be seeing that notification. Okay, I just saw it. So we will have ads in 3 minutes. But yeah, I have kind of a tradition to just take a break every hour. One is it's so that people who are not subscribed can still see everything, and I'm not doing anything while they are having ads. And also just so I can take a breath because I'm talking constantly, go use the bathroom, and also take break because streaming is actually quite tiring, and taking a few minutes off is good. That is something that I had actually no idea about, how tiring streaming is. Like, don't get me wrong, I love doing it. I get so excited to stream every single time I stream. I would love to stream like at least 4 times a week. I don't have time to do that, but I would love to do that. But constantly talking and being in the center of attention for a few hours straight. I don't know how people do, like, I saw people who do, like, their average stream is like 6-7 hours long. I don't know how. I have once done a stream. No, actually, I streams longer than 3.5 hours twice. One of them I was completely fine, but I had one when at the end I was trying to raid out and I just had so much trouble trying to figure out who to raid and how to raid them, because of how tired I was. I usually do 3-hour streams, but I'm trying to teach myself to do longer streams, so I usually do like 3.5 hours. I am currently on 3-hour mark, so after the break we will go for another around 30 minutes and then we will be finishing up. Yeah, but we will get the odds in just a minute. So again, get some water, get some snacks, stretch if you have to, go touch some grass or snow, take your meds if you have to take them, and I will see you guys in around 3 minutes. Wait, okay. I lost my OBS. Okay, I will see you guys in around 3 minutes. And we are back. The ads should have ended already. Let me see what else we What's something people suddenly become experts about? Everything. I feel like in Poland we have that kind of, I don't know if tradition, but like just people talking about everything as if they were experts about it. Even though they are not. What's something people notice but rarely mention? I don't know. I feel like people... Welcome back. Thank you for the welcome back. I feel like people notice a lot less about other people than other people think. Because everybody is so focused on themselves, but they are not thinking about other people or noticing things about other people. That's something that I learned. I would get it very worried that like, oh, I don't know, I had a little stain on a shirt somewhere that I didn't notice, or that happened while I was out of the house. I'm like, oh my god, everybody's going to notice, and then I'm telling myself, okay, Layla, but how many times have you noticed somebody having a little stain on their shirt? Probably zero, because people just don't notice things like that. Everybody thinks about themselves. I'm skipping some questions because I don't like them. What kind of videos can you watch for way too long? I don't know, I feel like everything that I will get too interested in. I get like hyperfixations on certain topics. I remember, for example, a few years ago, I used to love videos of people having I don't know what it's called, but basically the thing that you put candle in and then on top you can put wax melts. And I would see videos of people putting those wax melts and then just a video of them not dissolving, melting. I loved watching that. Or videos, another phase I had on videos about mixing yarn fiber before spinning it. Or I had another phase on videos that were about mixing color in silicone. I also watched that a ton. So just whatever I have a phase on. What's something on the internet that never gets old? I feel like all the memes never get old. Like classics. What kind of content instantly grabs your attention? I don't know, if it's about topics that interest me, like crafts, art, crochet, girls and games, Minecraft. Want something online that people take too seriously? Everything, I feel like. Although I do like because I feel like there's a lot of people who say like, oh, people are now overreacting over everything on the internet. And I do think, what games do you play? So currently I am playing Heartopia, but I'm not really gonna stream that anymore because I'm getting kind of bored of the game. Next stream I'm planning to play Undertale, my first playthrough ever. I am also working on a Minecraft mod pack, so I will definitely be playing that when I finish the mod pack, but it takes a lot of time. I have bought today Green Hell, which sounds very interesting. It's like a survival game, so I am kind of excited to play that. Kind of scared because it's supposedly like pretty hard game, like one of the hardest survival games at the time that it was released, which was 7 years ago, but still, I'm not really a good gamer. And overall, I'm just kind of getting into the world of game. I have been playing Minecraft, so first time I played Minecraft was probably around 10 years ago, and I'm just like on and off playing it. I have played a little bit of other games, but I've never got really into anything. And now I want to get into other games too. I'm still finding my style, but I have played The Forest with my friends a few years ago, and I like the survival aspect of it, but I didn't like the horror aspect of it. So I decided that I just have to find myself a survival game that is not a horror, and today Ark looks scary because it's the one with the dinosaurs, I think. I saw it, but it looks scary because of the dinosaurs. Maybe, so I will see how I feel about the Green Hell, and if I like it, then I will probably play other survival games. Also, I can add, if you think Ark is a good game, I can add it to my Steam wishlist, and I like to just wait for sales and buy things on sales. That's kind of how I found the Green Hell, so I just went on Steam on the survival tag, and the Green Hell was minus 90%, so a lot. And I saw some reviews and I decided that it's worth to buy it, especially with it having a very low price. I thought that even if I'm going to play for just like one stream, it's still worth to pay it because of how cheap it was. But yeah, I have some games that I'm just what? I'm just waiting to be on sale. I had to play the Ark Survival over 2,000 hours. Oh my god, that is so much time. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if I had overall a similar time in Minecraft. But again, I have been playing that for 10 years on and off. I'm thinking that I'm thinking if I want like a bigger ball at the center of the cloud hat, but I feel like that might make it look more cartoony, and the smaller ones will make it a little bit less cartoony. So I think I'm gonna go for not doing the big one. I can always add a big one on top of the small ones if I decide that I don't like the how the small ones look. Small ones look. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so I'll just make another one. What kind of videos are strangely relaxing to watch? Pimple popping. I feel like pimple popping is something that women understand and men don't really. It's like every woman I came across, they also like to either do that, especially on their significant others, or watch videos about it, and then men are disgusted by it. What kind of content, what type of content spreads the fastest online? Okay, I don't understand. You don't understand like what's so fun to look at, or don't understand overall what I'm talking about? I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm trying to not scratch. I'm not a woman. Yeah. I don't know what it is about it. If it's some kind of like, I don't know, maternal instinct within us to do that or what, but I don't know. I like it. I like it. Okay, what type of content spreads a faster line? I think rage bait and trends. Like trends are pretty that's like a weak answer. But I think rage bait spreads quickly too. What kind of comments sections are the most entertaining? I don't know, when people argue. I don't really look in the comments that much. I really look in the comments, and the top comment is exactly what I wanted to say in the comment. I like it, and then I leave. I'm not really into looking into comment sections. Okay, I think I'm going to leave the whole thing because, as I said before, they don't have to be perfectly circular because the clouds are not perfect. I could make it just like a bit longer on this side. Oh, also I won't because I have to cut this part. Okay, so it's fine. What kind of memes last the longest? I don't know. I feel like the old memes are still out there, but the new ones are not really. Also, I'm not really up to date with the memes. I was up to date with the memes when I was in IT technical school because then my friends would show me the memes. But now I don't even know where people get memes. I don't know. What's something that suddenly becomes popular online? I don't know. Enshittification. I recently learned about enshittification, which is basically that a company makes a really good product, people start to use it and like know it so much that they don't want to go to other companies making the same product, and then company makes it worse for the consumer, but more financially better for them. That's called enshittification, and it's happening, for example, with Google. You know it. Wait a minute, who are you? Wait a minute, who are you? Yeah, I know. That is actually quite new, right? I don't know, I think I saw it first time a few years ago, which I would consider a newer name. Old? I don't know. Okay, maybe that is because I haven't, like, I've started consuming the guy. Oh, that's really old. I feel like I also started consuming English media just like in the last few years more, so that might be why I think this is a newer one, because it's just newer for me. What's something that instantly feels outdated? Trends. I'm so happy that I'm not like a trend chaser. There are things that are trends that I might genuinely like, but I'm definitely not the type of person that would like buy everything. Like, for example, I don't have a single Labubu. I have bought one Dubai chocolate. It was actually a chocolate bar because chocolates are so expensive. When the trend has died, just because I wanted to try it. I am more likely to be into food trends and like trying new things because I love trying new things, including new foods. But like buying things that are trendy, not really my vibe. But being famous in the last few years. Oh, so maybe that's also another thing why I know it from the last few years. Okay, I ran out of questions, so that's why I'm typing. Okay, I think I'm going to finish this one bowl and we'll finish the stream. It's been already 3 hours and 20 minutes, so should be around 3.5 hour mark. What's a random fact that stuck with you for years? Okay, so random fact that I learned is that every single human it's approximately 7 spiders throughout their life, and I knew about it. Jesus, excuse me. I knew about it for a very long time, and then in the last maybe 2 years, I have learned that that is actually a fake info, and that this fact was created to show how misinformation spreads in the internet. And I think it showed it really, really well, because I saw that fact so many times that I started believing it. But yeah, it's supposedly fake. But a fact, I don't know, penguins made for life. That's a fact for you. I do know a lot of random like fun facts, but the problem is that I have never fact checked them, so I don't really want to share them because it might also be misinformation. What's something you're curious about right now? Yarn spinning. Yarn spinning is a topic that I have had almost since I started streaming. I don't know how I learned about yarn spinning, but the topic just came up. And I got one person in my chat excited about it, and that was enough to convince me to do it. I mean, I already crochet, so I am around yarn a lot. I know how it started. I saw a TikTok that said that you can make yarn scraps into new yarn by like fluffing it and then spinning it. And I thought that that's genius, because I love crafts, I love yarn, and I love not wasting things and not throwing things out, which perfection. But I was like debating whether I should buy it or not. Also, this is not a very popular craft in Poland, so the things are not really available. But I have bought. So I had to buy 2 things basically. I had to buy brushes that would help me brush out the yarn into fluff, and then I had to buy yarn spindle, which is the thing that is used to spin the yarn again, like the spinning fluff into yarn. And I'm waiting for that to arrive. It should take another week to arrive. It should be next Monday here. So I might be doing yarn spinning next Monday. I don't know, because I don't really trust it coming here on time. But I have been fluffing out my yarn. This is what it looks like. It has like little bits and pieces that are not perfectly fluffed out, but I actually really like it, because I want to do it like, I don't want to make a perfect yarn. I actually want just like randomly mixed colors, have different thicknesses, have like things like that that are not fluffed out, just sticking out somewhere. And then when I make all of that yarn, I want to make it into a blanket, and it's going to be a lifelong project where every, I don't know, few months, once a year, however much time it will take me to gather enough yarn to spin it, I will just be making more yarn and crocheting the blanket. And I also want to make it freehand, which freeform. Freehand means that you don't use pattern. Freeform means that it doesn't really have a form. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna make a circle, then I'm gonna make a flower, then I'm going to make a line, and then I'm gonna go around the line, and then back to the flower, but I'm going to make another circle. It's just very random, and I think it's going to look very good with yarn being not uniform. So I'm actually very excited about it. I have never tried yarn spinning, and I'm already making plans of making a blanket, but I'll figure out how to get there. The same thing with this. I have a plan and I will figure out how to get there on my way there. That's how my brain works. So that is something that I'm curious about right now. I've also started looking up like more professional stuff. So instead of using brushes to fluff out the yarn, you can use, I believe it's called drum carder. And I was like, maybe it's not that expensive. Maybe I could buy it. It is expensive. Like some of the ones that I found, that's like 3 months rent in a middle of a city, of a big city, because big cities have more expensive yarn, not yarn, rent. But yeah, that's like 3 months rent, for example, of the apartment that I used to have. And that is very expensive. So I'm gonna buy that for now. Maybe in the future, once I'm rich and famous and rich, whatever. I have enough money to buy unnecessary things. Maybe then. What kind of question do you wish people asked more often? I don't know. I feel like it's not really a thing in Poland, but I feel like in the English-speaking countries, they often ask, how are you? But they don't, it's not a genuine question. It's like, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? I'm good. They don't expect you to say anything but I'm good. That is not a thing in Poland. If somebody asks you, how are you? They genuinely ask you, how are you? And I feel like that huggy wuggy, is that how are you in Hungarian? Huggy wuggy. That looks fun to say. Probably saying it very wrong. But yeah, and I feel like you can see that I'm used to genuinely answering that question, because whenever somebody asks me like here on stream, or I am in like some mutual stream and they ask me how am I, if it's a random person, like I'm just starting to watch somebody and I pop in the chat and they ask me, then I will probably not say much, although I would usually say like for example what I'm doing. That is like also often thing that you answer in Poland by just what are you doing at the moment. But yeah, I think it's kind of sad that people don't ask like genuinely how they are in the other countries. Oh, that's way too big. Yeah, it means how are you, but it's one alphabet G. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is what we're looking like. I'm getting hungry. I'll probably eat something after the stream. Okay, it's hard for Polish to say that? Yeah, it is. It is. What's something that still confuses you no matter how many times it's explained? But for a German is similar. Oh. Wait, in German, how are you is wie heißt du, right? What I get confused? I don't know. So that I've never had anybody explain that to me, but I don't understand how we could take something natural from the earth, because when earth like was created, not was created, but when earth started to exist, everything was natural, like right before humans, right? Everything was natural. So how could we take something that was natural and make it into plastic that is now not natural, and Earth cannot like handle it? Like, how do you take something natural and you use natural things and suddenly make it not natural? That's something that I don't understand. Also, I don't know where the wind ends. Like, I know that is like uh it's going from, I think, higher pressure to the lower pressure, but like, where does it start? Where does it end? How does it end? Does it just like suddenly stop? Like, is it like with the rain? There's sometimes like the line of rain where on one side it's raining and on the other it's not, because it's based on the cloud that is raining. Does it work like the same way with wind? I don't think it does. So how does it end? Does it just like get weaker and weaker until you can't really feel it? I don't know. I don't understand that either. There's probably a lot more things that I don't understand, but I don't remember them right now. So we have those two. What's something simple that feels surprisingly complex? Crochet. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Wait, when Feria. I think I said right. How are you? What were you guys doing? Also, I will be finishing in just a second, but thank you so much for the raid. I will send your viewers to somebody cool to live your hopes and dreams magical when. Oh my god, I love that raid message. How are you? How are you, When? What were you doing? I am trying to make a cloud hat. I'm good. I was cross-stitching again. I'm sleepy now. How are you? I'm good. I'm kind of hungry, so I will be eating something after the stream. I'm making a cloud hat so far. I know it doesn't look like a cloud hat, but basically this is what I will have on my head, and then I will glue some of these balls to it, and then I will cover it in something, and then it will look like a cloud. I don't know what that something is going to be, because I'm figuring things out as I go. But this is what I have right now. This is what I'm doing. Because we have some channel point redeems that are about hats, and I am trying to like regularly add to that. So that's another one. And I also try to do something that is on theme with weather. So that's why it's cloud. I can't stay too long, but this is cool. It's okay. Thank you for the raid, and thank you for staying for however long you could stay. Hi Layla, hello Charmander. That sounds so fun. Thank you. I'm glad that it does. It sounds stressful to me because, so the way I got that idea is that I saw people make mushroom hats like that with cardboard. And I thought that, oh, that's fun. I want to make that. But then I thought that mushroom is not really on theme for me. So I decided that I'm going to make a cloud. But the thing that I didn't take into the account is that mushroom is like this shape, and cloud is like this shape. And this shape is a lot easier to make with cardboard than this shape. So I actually yesterday I started to thinking about how to make the cloud shape, and my best guess was styrofoam balls, but I couldn't really find them in store today, and I also couldn't order them because they wouldn't come. So I am improvising with this. I have no idea how I'm going to fill in the holes and get the general shape. But again, I'm just figuring things out as I go. That's my favorite way to go about doing anything, basically. And I'm also having some questions and answering some questions. So if any of you raiders would like to join on that, feel free to do that. I will be finishing after I'm done with this bowl, basically. This is so fun. Oh my god, I love everything about this. Oh, I'm so glad. It's very nice to hear somebody excited about it. I was also really excited. I mean, I still am excited because I do believe that I can figure things out, but I am currently at the point of not knowing what I'm supposed to do next, so that is a little bit stressful. I don't know. Sorry, my cat. Okay, my cat also likes to do that. I feel like some cats just do that, and some just don't. And we have two cats. One of them does that, and one of them doesn't. I was thinking you could easily get felt or cheap fabric to drape over the balls. Felt is a really good idea, and then you can even add stuffing on top of the felt for the cloud puffiness. I was thinking that is a good idea. I didn't really think of fabric or felt. I was thinking about filling it in with cardboard. Sorry for my I am a little bit tired. That's why speaking is a little bit harder right now. With just cardboard, but I feel like felt is a good idea. I don't know where I would find felt though. I do also like to do everything as cheap as possible. So that's why cardboard. But I will definitely think about it. I am also wondering how I should do the end, because one way is to just paint it and paint kind of the in-betweens of balls, the ridges. I think the paint is so cool. Oh, I feel just bad, but yeah, English is not my first language, and after a few hours of speaking it, I just get tired, and my brain just shows me that I should stop. Yeah, and thinking I think it's called ridges, like in between the balls, darker color. Or another option is that I could take white yarn fluff and just glue it. And I think that when I figure out what I want to do next, I'm just gonna make probably two balls that are going to be made the way I want to finish this off. And I will test those two options, the painting and the yarn fluff. And then we will decide probably on stream. You're good. I thought at first you made eggs. I'm not surprised, honestly. It definitely does not look like a cloud hat. I can understand that. I'm proud of you though, because you're learning and it's super cool to learn more languages. Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like I'm learning it just because I have been learning English since I was 6 and I'm 25 this year. But learning in school and actually speaking a language for a few hours straight are two completely different things. And I didn't even realize how tiring it is to use not my first language. But I am also seeing that I'm getting better at it. And I am trying to train myself. I don't know if that's the right word, but just trying to do longer and longer streams. I used to do 3 hours. Now I'm trying to do around 3.5. Today we are going a little bit longer. I'm 25. Yeah. Do I not look 25? I usually get that I look younger. But yeah, I'm learning. I did also try to start learning Spanish, but that's not going very well. Younger, 21. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. But I am still being asked for my ID. So in Poland, we can drink since 18. And I am still being asked for ID whenever I buy alcohol. So I guess you're not the only one. On one hand, it's like, I look like young, that's fun. But on the other hand, it's annoying that I have to have my ID with me. That's actually smart to stream in a different language than your first, because it's good practice. Yeah, it also makes my friends less likely to find my stream. Yeah, it is. Although I feel like to stream in a different language, you already have to know it pretty well to just to be able to do it, and be able to articulate your thoughts properly. But yeah, it is a good practice. But also, I don't think that I would be able to do that if I didn't go to. I had like additional English classes where most of the classes we just had with native speakers that did not speak Polish at all. So even if we didn't know how to say something, we just had to, for example, explain something. And there's a very good way that I learn to speak in English, so that I saw an example that, wait, I actually might not know what the word is, but if you don't know the word of something, you just explain it. And I don't know wait, I need to translate the word, and I will tell you. I probably know the word, just don't remember. Okay, watering can. Okay, so the example that I've learned was that if you cannot say watering can, say water and say jug, or say water for flowers, and people will understand you. You don't have to know like specific words. But a lot of people can understand things that you're trying to say from an explanation. So that's also what I'm trying to do whenever I don't know a certain word. And yeah, chat is often helping me with saying the word that I'm trying to say if I don't remember. Can you say something in Polish? I can. What would you like me to say? I can say... it's so weird to suddenly speak in Polish. Okay. Cześć, nazywam się Leila I streamuję. I just said, hi, my name is Leila and I stream. There's a lot of different ways to get the same message across. Exactly. Exactly. And it's like being stressed about not knowing something doesn't help, basically. So why be stressed? Although it is easier to say than actually do. When it comes to not being stressed out. But yeah, also something that I used to do before I before I started streaming was that I had a friend who we both wanted to train English, even though we are both like Polish, living in Poland. But whenever we would meet, we would speak English just to train ourselves more. That was also quite fun and probably helpful with speaking. Okay, we have last piece. That is like also too long. Yeah, but the way I really like the way that I learn English. About to hear your words Polish look like not too different for learn. From her Hungarian, I'd guess, yeah, as we said, they're probably similar. I'm a little late, but when raid. Thank you so much for the follow, and thank you so much for coming here in the raid. I will be actually just finishing up. I have last piece to glue. But yeah, the way I learned English was that when I was 12, I started watching DIY videos that were in English. I didn't really I mean, like I started learning at 6, but what you learn in school is far from actually knowing the language. So at 12, I didn't really know the language. I knew few words, but I just started watching DIY videos because that was the time of the DIY hype. And I didn't know what they were talking about, but I could see what they were doing, so I could follow what they were doing. And since I love crafts, I would just do that. And then I started watching movies and series on Netflix in English with Polish subtitles. And then at some point I switched to English subtitles because I didn't need Polish anymore. And now I rarely see anything in Polish. The only time I watch, for example, a movie in Polish is if it's Polish. Because I always think that the original language of something is always better. The only thing that I don't think that about is Ice Age. I'm pretty sure Polish version of Ice Age has so many jokes that are not in other languages. That's at least that's what I've heard. So without that one, but everything else, that's what I think, and that's how I learn. And it like I don't even put work into learning it, so that's fun. Hungarian is more difficult, is it? I feel like I've heard that Polish is like one of the most difficult languages, but I can understand. LOL, so being everything is in English is alright besides actually. Yeah. Yeah, also I just love the voice actors in the Polish version. I think I just feel like the voices are so going the voices match the characters so well. It may be also because I've watched it as a child, so I remember them, and that's how the characters sound to me. But again, I just heard that it has more jokes. I said it's better in Poland. I have to watch it in Polish now. I mean, do you know Polish? I don't think you do. I feel like I would know if you did. You'd have to know the language to understand, because there are like sometimes just like language jokes that you won't get unless you know the language. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. American jokes are too different from in Polish and Hungarian versions, I guess. Yeah, because sometimes some jokes are just a play on words, so that you can only do in a certain language. Okay, we will be finishing and reading out. I only know pierogi. That's good enough. I'd say the first word we usually teach people is kurwa, which is fuck, because that's Polish tradition basically stands on kurwa. So I feel like I think that if somebody came to Poland and asked a Pole to like, oh, teach me something, we wouldn't teach them good morning or hello. We would teach them fuck. That's how deep it is in our culture. That's half of it, exactly. That's a good word. It is. In Hungarian language is have different meaning. Fire and pierogi are two good words. I agree. Very important words, very good words. Yes. Okay, who will we raid? Do you guys know somebody who is currently streaming arts and crafts who is cool, who we can raid? I like raiding new people. So maybe you know somebody who I don't. This... Wait, will you hear it? No, you won't. Okay. Okay, I don't see... Okay, wait. Maybe not. What do we have? What do we have? I want to find something fun. Crocheting, kitty crocheting. Okay, let me check if they have... crocheting. Oh, I see. Ooh, plushies. Okay, sure. Let's rate them. Okay, so thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Wendy, again for the raid. I will be streaming next on Thursday, and I will be streaming Undertale, the first playthrough. This I will probably streaming next week on Monday again. And yeah, thank you for being here. Remember to drink water, get some snacks, take your meds if you have to, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!